Good morning, Sagittarius. Gang, gang, let's stir the sauce. This is your daily message. These are just messages that you're meant to see today. And often there are a lot of messages. So, I don't know. You can take what you want, but also be open to things unfolding. This is an intuitive experience, and thank you for joining me. I'm grateful you're here. Yes, let's get into it. If you're looking for personals, the description box, it's there for you. Okay, Sag. So, it feels like the energy driving you is just wanting to stay positive, which is, yes, Sagittarius. That is the best thing ever. And just kind of really dedicated to keeping your thoughts positive so that you can attract positive things. Our aura is what draws people to us and things. And yeah, I love it for you. So, what you're receiving is, it feels like you're focused on self-love and not, I do feel like there are things coming up about like your connections. I do. But we have Venus doing a lot of BS this week. And so, by the end of the week too, you could expect maybe you feel that there are changes coming, but you're really starting to look at like, depending on others to feel good. Like there is a sense that you're just finding that within yourself, and you're kind of breaking with anything that you feel like you might be overly dependent on, especially people. So it can tell you that you may be stuck on something specific, but it's also showing the work. It's like pulling yourself back to just really focus on making yourself feel good. So I feel like this is a really good energy for you. What's going on around you? Why always with the clowns? And I feel like this is something that we travel through quite a bit, figuring out who the clowns are, who the clowns aren't, blah, blah, blah. But because, this is like the reverse side of connection. So I feel like that's what you're doing right now. Like you may not be overly focused on making new connections. I'm not saying that you're not open to it, but I don't feel as if you're looking for it. I feel as if you may be weaving through the connections you have currently in your life and trying to figure them out. Because this is like, I don't know if Uranus is going to come in and whop a whammy on you or whatever in terms of the people that you're connected to. Because it says, seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. Like, you could feel yourself. Maybe that could be happening, feeling triggered by the people around you. But I just feel like you're wading through all that, definitely. My goodness. The clowns. I'm sorry. It's like so hard. I don't like clowns. And there's like, I don't know how many clowns are there in this deck, for real. I feel like I have a card that has a clown on it in every deck. So people affecting your day, or, affecting this energy. It's interesting because we are approaching Mercury retrograde, which starts on Sunday. And it kind of feels like there may be a lot of feelings within your connection. There could be someone specifically who has done a lot of changing here. Or it could also be someone who has information for you about change. Specifically, if you have been struggling, right? Because homeless is here. If you've been struggling with unemployment or homelessness or just difficulties, it kind of feels like there's someone who has information, and it's like, in a way, they're fighting for you. And I feel like this moves you. It could just be someone showing up in some support for you. Wow, I like it. Because, on the bottom, there's so much about harmony and creating something, right? Music is definitely a part of things here, but it's like, look at this. This is messenger of connections, delivery. Like, someone has a message for you. They have information. Because I do feel as if you're getting justice of some kind. So I love that for you, Sag. Of course. I mean, I love that for all of us, right? There is release going on. And it's real interesting. Because you really are like stepping into, because we've been doing a lot with timelines. Like, we've been moving through timelines. It doesn't have to be, it's not like super complicated. It just means life is changing. It means that, where you were at, or even who you were up till now, is just kind of no longer existing, and you're moving into a new cycle. Creating, and it feels like that. It feels like you may be going through creating a whole new self, and it's hard because, especially, we can get really stuck in survival. And if things up till now have been difficult, and you're starting to see like signs of them getting better, you want to really definitely release struggle. Yeah. And maybe that's how you're recreating yourself, because, you are going in the right direction, and something is going to come in from the universe to let you know that. Okay? Okay. I love it. So let's go on, because let's look at under the deck first. Because I see it everywhere, Sag. Even though, I see a lot of comments about, like, why does everything take so long, blah, blah, blah. But because it does. Because it does. Because we're always working through things, and what I love about retrogrades, and we're definitely in a retrograde season, is that it can point stuff out to us that we have missed, and so take this time for that. But Ace of Cups, the Moon, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Swords, this is, a conversation that may be coming in for you. Ace of Cups is beautiful. This is opening up to a resonance in our heart. Right? And that can be an opportunity. It can be a relationship. It can be anything, but it's definitely a moving forward energy. You're getting information that is opening the door to you moving forward, and you don't know it. And with the moon being here, to be honest, whenever I see the moon, I think of the full moon. So you will have no doubt, though, and the Three of Wands kind of really is that energy of, we've waited for this. Maybe this is the final details that you've been waiting for. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. So, yeah, I love this. So, what kind of day? I feel like it's going to be a day where you're just working. The Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, just doing what you have to do. You could be working hard, but you're just doing what you have to do. Really, in terms of taking control of your life, maybe just, this is about making the right moves, making the smart moves. And definitely, feeding that, right? Watering that. Love that. Besides, there's an opportunity coming in. There is. And the Eight of Cups in this case, like, this is a very positive deck. And seashells for me represent prosperity too, and new beginnings. And it really feels as if something is opening up for you. There is a door to an opportunity. It could be an opportunity to move, because that's the Eight of Cups, but it can just be this opportunity to go on towards better things, you know? Which could involve walking away from something. I'm not sure. You know, with the Eight of Cups, we're kind of always like, I feel like the one thing that people miss about the Eight of Cups, because they're so focused on the walking away, is that you're walking towards the sun. And you're kind of, especially with this being Leo season, you know, things that don't fill you with the radiance of the sun. You're definitely walking towards the sun. Look at this. Look at that, Sag. Like, geez. You know, what you may not be expecting, though, is the King of Cups and the Ten of Swords. There could be healing with a person. It could be a King of Cups. That could be a water sign. I don't really talk about the signs in the readings, because they're all energies and they could really apply to anybody. But yeah, there could be, it could be about a situation. But the Ten of Swords, like, yes, it can be betrayal, but it's like, it's a completion of that. You know, it's, you know, yeah, it hurt, but now it's time for healing, you know? And there's nothing keeping you from healing. So this may be a time in which something comes into balance that needed to be healed. And so there you have it. That could be with a person or not with a person. It could just be you coming to terms, coming to a balanced state that makes sense to you, right? The Lovers and the Eight of Wands. And this could really, I feel like this could be about a person that you are very close to. Maybe, I mean, maybe this was a soulmate to you, but it's definitely about a decision. Like, you have to make a decision here, whether or not you're going to, does this make sense for you to do? Like, to heal something with someone, does this make sense to you? Because they're going to contact you, and we've seen it every day, really. Like, every day, right? With the Eight of Wands, it may be a surprise to you. You know, it could be online as well. And I don't know, and you'll just have to decide whether or not you're responding to it, whether or not you're going to do it. And it kind of seems like, I don't know, does it feel positive to you? Because the Eight of Wands is here. You know, but definitely involves a decision. So your advice from Spirit is, get out of your mind and into your heart. Get into, and, you know, not only that, but really open up to expressing the honest truth of your heart, even though it's hard. You know, because we have the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. It's time for you to not be afraid to do that. Okay? Yeah. Wowza. Wowza, Sag. Ten of Wands. Six of Swords. Boy. Somebody's moving, huh? Six of Pentacles. And the Hermit. That's thinking, you know, about what can I, especially for those wanting to move, it is thinking about how to make that happen. You know, it's interesting. Because the Six of Pentacles, you could also be thinking about whether or not to accept a gift from someone. You know, if it's about this relationship, you could be thinking about the past and whether or not it is a good idea for you to even, you know, to join into this. To join into this. So, oh boy. Wowza. Because there is an opportunity here for you to put something behind you, which has been heavy. So, I mean, will you take the opportunity? I don't know, Sag. I don't know, but let's look at the mystery. Oh boy. Excited and hopeful. Fated event. Outside interference and unexpected love. It feels like someone's coming in that you're not expecting. And it feels to me as if it was supposed to have already happened. But there were other factors involved. So, oh boy. Sagittarius. That's a lot, right? So let's get on with it. You know, it's really funny because I do actually feel like you might have been okay with this pain and this ending. Because it, you know, there's something inspiring about it for you. But, so that might be a difficult decision. That might be, Sag. That might be. So, what's the advice? What's the mantra? Let's take a look at relationships. Just a little bit. This could be any of your relationships. Like I said, there's always a lot of messages. So, you know, this or that is bound to be yours, Sag. Yeah. So what's going on in relationships today? What does Sag need to know about relationships? Friendship, okay. The Sag need right path. You might be questioning whether a friendship is moving in the right direction. And it feels as if it might be stressing you out because relax is reversed. And it's telling you to believe, have hope. Okay. That's interesting, Sag. So let's get your mantra so that you can get on with your day. Drink coffee. So what is Sagittarius's mantra today? I do an extended for every daily message, so maybe I'll see you there. What is the mantra? Okay. Guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Definitely. What's the mindful message? What's the mindful message for Sag? The mindful message for Sagittarius. Oh. Okay. Okay, up and out. To heal parts of me that feel hurt, I must feel every emotion. It has to come up to come out. So there could be some feelings coming up. But it is an opportunity for growth. You know, don't ignore your feelings is basically what it's telling you. Heal through it. Heal through it. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I'll talk to you soon. Toodles.